Hello, today's class is going to be on child's right. Child's right refer to fundamental rights and freedom entitled to every child without discrimination. It supports the physical, mental, emotional and social development of children. So in today's class, first I discuss on the child developmental theories. Then I'll discuss the key principle of child's right, followed by I'll show some cartoons which is designed by UNICEF on child's right. So child's right, I already mentioned, refers to fundamental rights and freedom of child regardless of their background, nationality and circumstances. So birth till 18 years of age is considered as child. So these rights are for children till 18 years of age. I'll start with the origin of child developmental theories. So before going to this, let's know what theory is. So theory means orderly set of ideas which describe, explain and predict behavior. So according to this, in the child's development from 6th till 15th centuries, that was known as medieval period. So during this time, childhood was not considered as a unique phase. Children were considered as little adults. So they used to clothe children like adults. Children used to work and do the adult jobs. They could be married. They were made into kings and even they were imprisoned or hanged as adults. And they were cared for until they could begin to care for themselves. That was around 7 years of age. So beyond 7 years of age, these children were treated like adults. So this was a long period where children were considered as little adults. Then comes the 16th century, known as the Reformation period. So during this period, they thought children were born evil, so they must be civilized. So these children were disciplined, educated, and then they were taught good behaviors to become a better person. So they were very harsh on the child, because the goal was to create a good child. So very strictly the child used to grow in a strict environment. And during this time, special books were even designed for children. That's the 17th century, known as Age of Enlightenment. So during this period, John Locke believed that children develop in response to nurturing. So this was the first time when they gave care, love, attention, support, guidance for the child's development, and they were provided with necessary resources for a better development. And they thought children were forerunner of behaviorism. So this means someone who comes first and shows the others. So they thought these children should have a better behavior, good behavior, so that good behavior is passed on to others. So this way, the nurturing of the children changed at the 17th century. Then comes the 18th century, known as Age of Reason. So this was the time they had an idea that a child develops in different stages. And they realized they should be provided with a better treatment or better nutrition for their better development. Because a child is, they thought during this century, it was thought that children were forerunner of maturation, because they realize child is very simple and they mature into complexity. So the idea of growth and development started at this time. Then comes the 19th century, known as Industrial Revolution. This was the time when Charles Darwin put up his theory of natural selection and survival of the fittest. So, only those living things that were best suited to their environment survived and grew, and then they reproduced, but others they die out over time. So this was the period of Industrial Revolution. So here they made parallels between human prenatal growth and other animals. So this time when they were studying this human and then animals and even plants, so this time they studied the behavior of the child. Then comes the 20th century, when the theories about child development expanded around the world. So here childhood was seen as a worthy of special attention, and then they started making laws for the protection of child. So this is the first time when law for these children was made for their protection. Okay, now come to the Declaration of Child Right. This is also known as Geneva Declaration of Rights of the Child. This is an international document promoting child's right, which was drafted by Eglantine Jebb and then adopted by League of Nations in 1924 and adopted in an extended form by United Nations Convention on Right of the Child in 1989, also shortly known as UNCRC. This has 10 key principles. So the first principle on the child right is right to life, survival and development. So according to this, child should develop in an atmosphere of affection and security. Number 2 point, right to identity. A child should have a right to have name, nationality and family relations. Number 3, right to education. Children should get a free education, or education should be compulsory till primary level, and this primary level studies they should get free of cost. So this is right to education for every child. Number 4 point says right to protection from abuse, neglect and child labor. So child should be protected against every form of exploitation like physical, mental violence, injury, abuse, neglect and harmful practices. Number 5, right to rest, leisure and play. Child should have a full right and should get full opportunity to play and should have an opportunity for recreational activities, and they should get opportunity to participate in cultural life and arts in the society. Number 6 point says right to non-discrimination. All children should be treated equally regardless of their race, religion, nationality, gender, disability or any other status. All poor and rich, they should be treated equally. Number 7 point says right to health and health services. Child should have the highest access to the health services. They should be the first people getting the health facilities, especially during the relief times, during war, during starvation, during disasters, all the natural disasters. They should be the first one to get health services. Number 8, right to be heard or express themselves. They should have a right to express their views freely according to their age and maturity. And number 9, they should have a right to have family in protective environment. So if they are orphan also, they should have a right to be adopted and then brought up in an understanding and peaceful environment. And number 10, they should have right to enjoy all these rights regardless of race, color, sex, religion, national or social origin or any status. They should have right to enjoy all these rights. So these are the rights which was declared for children. Okay, now I'll be discussing or showing you the cartoons on the children's right. These are series of cartoons which is called Cartoons for Child's Right, produced by UNICEF to educate children and adults about rights outlined in the Convention on the Right of a Child, designed in 1994. So these are collection of animated cartoons designed to cover range of rights including freedom from child labor, protection from neglect, and this is very easily understood regardless of languages, because the cartoon itself is so simple and clear that it is understood what it is going to tell you. So the language is not going to be a barrier. Still, different countries, they have their own cartoons regarding all these rights in their own languages. Some of the cartoons I'll just show you. So this cartoon is expressing the right to be heard, the right to a childhood, and this one says right to be educated, right to be healthy, right to be treated fairly. So these are the different cartoons. This is explaining to have a safe and protective environment. Child should have a right to have a family and should be brought up in a protective and peaceful environment. This father, mother and child. Here they express the child's right, no child labor, no early marriages. Here again, stop child labor, start educating them. And then here, child's right and protection. So this lady is there, I have rights, and this one also says me too. So here they are showing the families, and then family is, the children is being brought up in a family in a protective environment. And this cartoon says for every child, every right. So child should have a right to enjoy all these rights, all their rights. And then the rights, child rights, which is expanded throughout the world. And these cartoons again showing the child's protection. So in a protective environment, child should be brought up. So here it says right to education. So at least till primary level they should be getting free education. Okay, thank you. So here again, all children have the right to speak out and be heard. Second says be safe and then get help when they need. So these are all child's right. Thank you. So if you find my class helpful, please remember to subscribe, like and share. Thank you. Next class I'll come up with some other topic on the growth and development. Thank you.